not the video that I was going to record today, but I had quite a few requests on my last video where I compared Mallorca with a few other mid-length styles. And some of you said, yeah, well, what about if you compare some of the chin length styles? So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to compare 4 from Belle Tress that are chin length and very similar styles. Before moving on to the comparison, I want to make a short announcement here, and I will leave timestamps if you just want to skip over the announcement. You don't have to listen to me. YouTube did a clean sweep just recently across, I think, a lot of channels. I, for one, lost probably 300 subscribers, and that was because when they do that sweep, they remove inactive accounts and they remove bots, and that's fine. I'm not here for subscribers. It honestly, if I was into getting subscribers, I'd be on TikTok and Instagram and all of that nonsense. I can't. I'm only here to provide some information for you. This is a hobby, so I don't do that. However, I do realize that many viewers do subscribe to channels because you want to be notified when there are new uploads. If you are subscribed, not only to my channel, but to other channels as well, make sure that they didn't remove you because sometimes they do that inadvertently. Whatever their AI program, whatever it is that they use, will remove real subscribers as well as the inactive and the bots. So if you are subscribed to my channel or to someone else and you don't see a notification of a new upload, check and make sure that they didn't remove your subscription. Anyway, now to our regularly scheduled program. The one I'm going to start off with is Toledo, and this one is in Milkshake Blonde R. And I'm starting off with Toledo, even though it's a bit different than the other 3 that I'm going to show you, because not all wearers prefer to wear their styles off their face. And Toledo is the one that has a bang. On Toledo, we're going to have choppy layers. We have sides from 4 to 5 inches, but we have that bang. That's 3 to 3.5 inches. This is, as you can see, a chin length choppy style. Not quite different than the one I'm going to show you, but it's along the same lines as far as that it's a low density. There's no permatease. It's chin length, and it's kind of choppy. So I did want to include it, and most important, it's got the bang. One of the top requests that I've had is to compare Madison from the New York City collection and Alicante from the Spanish City collection. This is Madison in the color Buttered Toast R. With Madison, we're going to have sides of 6 inches. When we see that in the description that it has sides and it only has like 6 inches, it means we're not going to have any layers. So that's what's going on with Madison. We basically have 6 inches. They might have thrown in a few layers in there and they just didn't tell us, but for the most part, we have a 6 inches. Madison is very similar to Santa Monica from the California City collection, where except with Santa Monica we have a straight blunt bob. This would be a great sister style to Santa Monica with just a little bit of waves, unless you want to add the waves to Santa Monica. But we just basically have a chin length bob, 6 inches. The bangs are going to be 4.5 inches. If you wanted to cut them shorter, you can. And the overall length on Madison is 9 inches. So basically what we have is a kind of a blunt chin length bob, all one length, with a few shorter pieces on the front, and the longest piece is going to be 9 inches. This is Alicante from the Spanish City collection, and this one is in Buttered Toast R. This is the one that appears to be the closest to Madison. And I think that's the reason why so many of you asked me to compare the two. Unlike we found on Madison, where we just had the one length of 6 inches, on Alicante we have sides of 7.5 to 10.5 inches. So we're going to have layers here that we don't find on Madison. Are the styles similar? Yes, absolutely. They're very similar. But if you have a preference with, if you prefer layers or no layers at all, that's going to be your determining factor here. Also with Alicante, we have the overall longest length on here is 10.5 inches, while on Madison it's 9 inches. So Alicante is going to be a little bit longer than what we saw on Madison. The bang is going to be 7 inches on Alicante, while we had bangs of 4 to 5 inches. So on Madison, we had shorter bang, that's 4 to 5 inches, and on Alicante, we're going to have a longer bang. If your determining factor is going to be just the bang between Madison and Alicante, then Madison would probably be your better choice because it's starting out already with a shorter bang, and you won't have to do as much altering to the style, which to me, it's the less altering is a plus for me, but I'm not a stylist, so don't go by me. This is Spade from the Luxe collection, and this one is in Toasted Walnut R. I decided to throw this one into the mix because Spade is very similar to Madison, and it's also very similar to Alicante. With Spade, the biggest difference that we're going to have is that it's from the Luxe collection, so we have a hand-tied cap. That's why I wanted to include it in this lineup, because some of you prefer a hand-tied cap. As far as the style is concerned, it's going to be very similar. With Spade, we're going to have sides of 10 inches, and then we have some overall of 7 to 11 inches. So just slightly longer than Alicante by about a half an inch. So it's very similar. The styles are very similar. You're still going to have those waves. It's still going to be a chin length bob, but we're not going to have an awful lot of layers. We also don't have any bang here. It's going to be all the same length. So if that's a determining factor for you, just keep in mind that if you like to add bangs to the wigs, you might need to do a little bit more altering if you go with Spade. If you just prefer, okay, I just want one length, basically just one length, I don't need the bangs, I want it to be a wavy chin length bob, I think Spade is a great one to go with. Thank you all for your requests for this video. It really helps when you offer suggestions or you have requests for me, because I'm only here to be able to help you, whether it's to purchase or pass. It doesn't matter one way or the other to me. What matters to me is that you have all the information so that the wig that you order, you're happy with and you're not disappointed and have to send it back and all of that stuff. I hope this video was helpful and informative. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye.